So good to see you. We haven't done this too many times yet, have we? Welcome home. We still say welcome home. I think we can say it for the next 6 months. If you're gone 6 months, and you can say it for the next 6 months, and it doesn't get old. It's just so nice driving up in our own parking lot and walking into our own church. And so grateful for the churches that open their doors. Wow, amazing, Pastor Nathan and Pastor Sam. But still, man, it's good to see you guys. You sound great. And today, I'm just after the first service. I'm still out of wow. Honestly, I'm just going to shoot the bull with you just for a moment. It felt like I didn't cover like I wanted to cover, but at the same time, the information just is. It hit me. It's hit me this whole week, and when this whole series, just talking about who God is. And I hope that today, no matter where you are in your walk, whether you're a super veteran Christian who's like on fire, or you're investigating, or you feel like you're far away, or whatever, I hope that your mind is blown about God. I really do. It's such a three-letter word, such infinite knowledge, infinite ability, beyond our imaginations. Never be able to grasp who God is. And for us to, even approach it, not that we do, and I don't think we all do, as an elementary beginner topic. It's not that, because Tozer says, whatever we think about God determines everything about us, how our worship is. Our view of what God, what the image we have of God in our mind just determined how we responded to Him. To talk about, it's your breath in my lungs. I'm going to return this breath back to you. But if our image of God is low, there's absolutely no way that we could begin to worship God, because you won't worship what you don't fear or have awe or love. So I hope that the information today, which is totally out of my pay grade, and you'll see that in just a moment, but I hope it blows your mind about who God is. And that's why I wanted to tackle something like this today. And at the same time, blow your mind about who God is, but at the same time, blow your mind about how much He wants to be near you. Blow your mind about His transcendence, but blow your mind about how close He is to you. And that we would leave here and live life with eyes wide open in awe, always in heart of worship at the same time, just with this confidence that God is with us. And if God is with us, who can be against us? Amen? So, we're closing out the series on God. I thought we would, we're closing it out. We'd go for the Genesis, the beginning of the book of the Bible. So, Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. You can learn a lot about a person by what they create. Paul mentions in Romans that from creation we can know the invisible attributes of God. That which you don't know about God, the invisible attributes with things like His omniscience, and all-knowing, all-powerful, everlasting. Those things that are invisible to us can be known through the creation, because you basically trace it. Here's what He created. Therefore, if He created this, then He must be. And so a lot can be known by what someone creates. In the beginning, God created heavens and the earth. The earth was without form. It was void. Darkness was over the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God hovered over the face of the deep as well. It stops there. That's like at the end of verse 2. And then it says, God said, let there be light, and there was light. He separated the light from the darkness. And then it said, let there be, then He separated the water from the dry land. Verse 10 says, God called the dry land earth, and the waters that were gathered together He called the seas. And God saw that it was good, and it was good. It is good. It is good. I mean, would you agree with me that this earth that we get to live on, there's so much good? I mean, that you travel, you look at the photographs of the beaches and the mountains and the vacations that we get to take, and the greenery. You drive up, 69 North and see the tall pines and see big oaks and see babies and crickets and elephants and on and on and on and on. And it is good. It's good. It's massive. It's massive too. I mean, we just think Texas is massive. How many thought, am I ever going to get out of Texas? Right? It's like drive through Texas. It's massive. It's beautiful. It's home. It's home. It's your home. It's home to 7.6 billion people, which we don't get an idea. I'm going to speak for myself. I don't get an idea when I talk about millions and billions. I don't deal with that type of stuff. I wouldn't mind, but I just don't. So it blows our mind. 7.6 billion people. So God looking down at 7.6 billion people is probably like us getting a stick and putting it in an ant pile. Right? And just seeing so many ants. It's like, wow, they're all over. 7.6 billion people and twice that many mosquitoes. All but 100 of them are here in Southeast Texas, right? Or they will be in a few months. And this place that we call home is suspended. Mark showed some photos last week of just Earth suspended in space. And this place that we call home is also moving. Right now, it's a wonder that we can just sit down and that when we walk outside that we don't have to hang on to a tree or hang on to the wall, because you may not know it now, but you're spinning, right? Science lesson. I'm not the science guy, but I had to be this week. I'm sure I'll forget it in about 2 weeks, everything I just learned. So Earth is spinning on its axis, and one spin, like from this moment to this moment tomorrow, it'll be one spin, it'll be one day, right? And you're like, oh, I knew that. Well, okay, great. 25,000 miles. You'll cover between 20 and 25, depending on where you live. You'll cover 25,000 miles. Now look, God has created this. I mean, you're spinning. Now, to do that, you know how fast you're spinning? How we're spinning right now? Like 900 miles per hour. Like right this moment, you're like, no, yeah, 900 miles per hour. It's like, how do we not just fly off the face of the earth? Like next time someone says, I'm about to fly off the handle, say, no, you're about to fly off the earth. It's amazing to me. And that's just while we're spinning, like on the axis. So while we are spinning, we're also rotating around or orbiting the sun. That trip is 1 year. So one orbit equals 1 year. And that is a 584 million mile trip. Now, if someone asks you if you're going somewhere this year, say, yeah, I'm going somewhere. I've got plans, 584 million mile trip. Yes, I'm going on a trip. The speed is 67,000 miles per hour. I know, I don't understand it either. I can't grasp it either. So not only are you spinning 900 miles per hour, you're also orbiting as you do that 67,000 miles per hour. And just give you an idea of that, that is 1,117 miles a minute. Meaning that 59 seconds from the time that I just said this, you could be in New York City. A little over a minute, you could be in New York City. I think it's pretty amazing that with the speed that we're spinning, that I don't have to hold on to anything. I am so proud of my family that we're spending 900 miles an hour and 67,000 miles per hour, and we don't have any more spills at our house than we do. I'm like, I shouldn't be angry anymore. I ought to applaud my family. In fact, next time you're drinking coffee, like your latte, or your frappuccino, or your mocha, whatever you like to get, you're at the coffee place, and you're able to drink the whole thing and not get anything on your shirt, you just ought to get on your favorite social media and just say, spending 900 miles per hour and 67,000 miles per hour, I just drank coffee. And you ought to be amazed. I didn't get any on my shirt. Crazy that we're able to. Now we can say, well, wow, that's crazy, that's amazing. But I'm saying, what does this reflect about God? That's where I think we read scriptures like, and God created the heavens and the earth, and then we go on and created light and separated the light from the darkness. But God created what we're talking about. There is a design, an intentional design. There is something there that points back to this person of God. How should we respond to that? Or what does that do for you in your mind about God? I'm telling you what, it freezes me. It really does. I don't know what to think sometimes. I just go, it's like, look very dumb probably. It's like, what? It's hard for me to believe. And here's to add to the craziness. Not only are we spinning like a spin cycle and orbiting, but the sun is also orbiting around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. And one orbit of that is called a galactic year or a cosmic year. You want to hear the speed of that? 514,000 miles per hour. 514,000 miles per hour. That would be 143 miles per second, meaning that when I say second, you could be in Katy, Texas now. That's how fast the sun is orbiting around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Now, how long do you think it would take for the sun to make one full orbit? You might want to guess. You're not going to be around. 230 million years.